All right, what is up, everybody? My name is Jonathan, and I just wanted to show you how I turn a landscape video into a portrait video or vertical video for if you're using it for short form content. For example, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, those are huge, TikTok, whatever you're using it for. So I have Premiere open already if you're doing this in Premiere. If you're using it in some other editing program, it should be similar. So let's get started. So I have Premiere open. I have all of these because it's all for the same channel. I have them all in the same folder in the same project, and then I just have folders for each video. So I just have one here, and then I will just drag in my video from off the screen where you can't see it. So I'm just dragging in my video. And then I'm going to rename this so it doesn't get lost. And this one in this case is this. And then, so now we're just going to create a new sequence. So I've created a custom sequence so I can just do this over and over and over and not have to redo this each time. I rename my sequence as well to the same thing. So this is 1080 by 1920, 30 frames per second. And the rest is just all standard stuff. And then click OK. And then so here it has as the old one. So this is the new one that we just opened. And I'm going to drag my video over. And then this clip does not match the sequence settings. Change sequence to match clip settings. So I don't want to change my sequence settings because this is 1080 by 1920, not 1920 by 1080, which is what the video is. So I will keep my existing settings, and it's going to scale the video down so it fits in the sequence. But I'm just going to simply click on the video down here, just by clicking on it, and then I'm going to come up here and drag my scale up till it fills the entire frame. And then I'm going to drag it over so the person is centered in the middle. And then I'm going to turn this down so it's not super loud because I have no idea how loud it's going to be on your end. So it starts in the correct spot. I just wanted to play it just for a second to make sure I didn't need to clip any off the front or back of this, but I believe we are good. So now that it's here, you could do this in Premiere and move the position back and forth so it follows him and keeps him in the center. Or if he doesn't really move out of the frame too much, you could, but I actually prefer to keep him in the center of these. So this one, actually, you wouldn't have to do this. He stays in the video. He never leaves the pulpit there. So we're just going to right click, and then I'm going to replace with AfterEffects composition. So this will open AfterEffects with this video. Oh, okay. I just need to purge my cache folder. This was called this. And then I make them all the same name, so it's just easier in my opinion to keep track of them. So we're going to, if you don't have tracker open here, you can just go to window and then go down and select tracker here, so it pops up over here. Or if your layout is different, you'll have to find it because I don't know what your layout looks like. So it's over here for me, tracker. And I'm going to click on this track here, this clip, and then I'm going to motion source this video, this source, and then to re-click on here, and then track motion in this case. And now, depending on how fast your computer is, this could take a really long time. This could go super fast. I tend to make this a fairly good size, but not too big. I usually make it about that big. And then we're going to hit start. And then it's going to track that spot pretty good. Usually does a pretty decent job. But the bigger you make this square, the longer it's going to take. Unless you just have a super fast computer. But I'm going to speed this up, assuming it does a good job and doesn't jump around too much. But I'll show you what I do if it does that. Okay, so it is done. I'm just going to go back over here and just scroll through this and make sure it doesn't like jump around weird at all. So right there kind of jumps funny. So yeah, that one. So now we just zoom way in on his face, and it's probably this. So boop, for whatever reason it jumps down. So we're just gonna drag this up so it's up here kind of in line where it looks like it should have been, and then back down. I'm just gonna, it's not gonna be too much of a big deal for those. I'm just gonna put them in line with each other so it just is going to be a smoother movement. So to move around, if you're zoomed in super far like I am, hit spacebar, hold spacebar, and then you can click and drag and move around. So following this up, looks fine. All of these look fine. That's a pretty big jump. We'll zoom out and see how big of a jump that actually is. So yeah, you see how it jumps from there to there. So that's going to be pretty big when you're watching. It's gonna jerk. It actually moves more than you think when it makes a movement that big. So I'm gonna spread these out some because he's going to there anyways, so it'll look fine. And then it jumps down. So we're only using the X and we're only going to be using the X, the back and forth, left and right movement on the X axis. So I'm not worried about these big jumps up and down like that, as long as they're pretty close to staying in line with each other left and right. Goes all the way over, all the way back. And it's looking fine. Looking fine. Doesn't do anything super weird there. I was wondering. And so it jumps way up. So I am going to zoom in and look at these. So yeah, for whatever reason, that is a big jump all the way from there to there. So I'm just going to smooth these out some, I think. Hopefully this looks okay. So that back movement, like he's moving this way and it jumps over here. I think that's going to look really weird. So I'm actually going to move all of these over here pretty close together. And see what this looks like. Okay, so I think that should be good. So you have it on stabilize, position, and then this is the target. And so now we would just hit apply. And then, so it's going to pop up default X and Y. We are not going to select X and Y. We're going to only select X and then click OK. And now we have the video. Bounces around a little bit. So now when we go to Premiere, it should follow him around. Yep. So it's nice and smooth. It just looks really nice to me when oh, so it does have a jitter still there. I missed a jitter. Well, nobody's perfect, right? So that is that video. So now I would just go up here to File, Export Media, and then it just updated, and this is super. I've only done this twice since I updated Premiere. So this was like, what in the world happened when I first jumped back in here? But should be here. select folder, video. I'm going to go to more, and then I always click render at maximum depth and use maximum render quality. Hardware encoding, of course, that would be silly if you didn't use your GPU to encode your videos. If you have a GPU, if you don't, I'm sorry. So this is actually higher. It defaulted higher than I would even normally have this. I think normally I have this at like 10 or 12. But this video is super short, so it doesn't really matter, and the resolution's not that great anyways, because we've scaled up a 1080 landscape video to portrait, so it's been scaled up. I don't remember how much it was, 236% or something like that. A pretty good amount, so it's been scaled up quite a bit. So the resolution's not great, so it doesn't even matter. It's only 42 megabytes. This will probably export in like 9 seconds or something like that. Very, very quick. And we're done. And your video is successfully exported. So now I'm going to go upload it to YouTube as a YouTube Shorts and send it everywhere. Hopefully this helps somebody. Have a great and fantastic day. Never stop creating. See you in the next video.